Hey, everybody.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight is something different, y'all.
Whoa.
Baby. Look, we got into all about the tea during quarantine, and baby, it went down the last 2 days, right?
Last couple of days. I wasn't ready for the tea. I wasn't looking for the tea. I wasn't expecting the tea. The tea is hot.
Well, in the words of my boy Marceau from Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's a little pee in the tea.
Marcel, what the fuck is in the tea?
Man, Jesus.
Oh,
and you know what? Before we get into all of this, we have been saying something wasn't right on that show.
Right.
It wasn't right. Rhonda actually quit watching it for a while.
I checked out.
Yeah, I was watching it, but my blood pressure would go up every time. I'd be like, there's something ain't right with that Monica. It was just the videos.
You know what though? You said that from day one. You said that from day one that Monica wasn't feeling her. And I was like, really? I don't know.
And she kept going and going. And it was just so evil. But the thing with the T.I. and Tiny, the videos, and then, okay, fine, break the news. I get that. But when she started talking about the kids and how it's going to affect them, and she kept coming with another video after another video, and then the Apple Watch video where she attacked her and then brought somebody else out because they got into it to make it worse. Like
somebody else too. It was some crazy person that was going in on Martell that I was like, is this real or not? I feel like it's really hard to be having 2-hour conversations every single night. So she just be making up shit, because for a long time I was like, I don't want to hear nothing else about T.I. and Tiny, like every single night.
And I think the last one that did it for me was, okay, you had the conversation about Snoop's daughter, which I understand talking about that, but the next day she had another video up with her looking crazy as can be. And I was like, are we not feeling sorry for the little girl?
She'd be like, oh,
you know what?
Y'all, pray for this baby. I'm just so worried about this baby.
And then the next day, you got the most craziest picture of this child up that you could find. Don't do that. I didn't like that. It's just too much. So
I think I tapped out with Shekinah, because I was like, this feels like picking on somebody that's just not equipped to, it's one thing to be spilling the tea. It's a whole nother thing to just be ragging on people to the point where it's bullying and mean.
It started to be a lot of bullying going on that channel.
Yeah.
And both our favorite panelist players, we have been noticing lately she was kind of being slightly attacked by Monica. You know what I'm saying? More and more so. We was like, players ain't gonna be there too long.
Go back before players, and you pointed out to me where you were like, what is wrong? Is she mad at Schoolboy? She ain't feeling. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't pick up on it. And then lo and behold,
it was some issue.
Pee up in that tea.
It was some pee in the tea. So that's her pattern. She feels some kind of way about people and then she attacks them. And it's not like
she necessarily attacks them directly. She does she got a little pit bull over there with a bottle of Hennessy that she gonna send in there to do the dirty work.
Yeah, absolutely. So our friend Ples, I get a text from Rhonda and she like, Ples done left the show. I'm like, what? We knew it was coming, but
you know what's funny about that? Like before any of that, I was just like, I wish Ples just leave, because she's just not, this ain't her. This, you could tell they would get real nasty and, you know,
In
like I
her
said,
position, because she is an attorney, that the stuff that they were saying, I was like, I hope this don't mess with her.
affect her. Yeah.
Yeah, it was becoming way too much.
Mm-hmm.
She will always try to bring them back to reality because they would say some horrible stuff about people. And she,
Just going on and on and on, and somebody is dumb and broke, and you know.
So let's break down this timeline, okay?
For the last couple of days.
Last couple of days. So it's
Girl, child. Woo.
with Plez and her exit. So she posts on her videos, Scared of Beautiful. It was titled Farewell and New Beginnings. And she said she had a big announcements coming up. And she announced that she would be leaving the show due to time concerns. She said the world was opening back up and she had more demands in her personal life and work life, and she couldn't commit to daily tea sessions 2 or 3 hours a night.
That makes sense.
Understandable.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. We don't be on here they're on there every single night.
2 hours, 3 hours. That's a long time.
And sometimes talking about the same mess over and over. And she a real job out here. She ain't got time to be sitting up there all night. And she being disrespected a lot of times, you know?
Really, more than we even knew.
Right. So she submitted her 2 weeks notice stating that May 31st was going to be her last day. So she said there was supposed to be some kind of announcement, but for whatever reason, the day of the show aired, well, no, they didn't have a show her last day, which was the 31st. So there was no announcement that she was going to leave. So she made the announcement herself. And then after that, she's just talked about her channel and why she hasn't been making a lot of videos on her channel. And she was going to start being more consistent on her content. She talked about, she started preparing her channel in 2018 and how going forward, she wants to use her platform.
I watched that video twice. And the second time I watched it, it was a good feel. Like, it was like, okay, yeah, I see what you did. Like, there really wasn't a whole lot of conversation at all about
the tea
or none of that. Like, she really, like, I'm like, okay, I get it. I was feeling it because we all like had to go through that. You know, some of us went back to work earlier than others, but for people like who've been home this whole time, it's going to be an adjustment to get back into,
I know. I got a couple more weeks and I got to go back.
It's going to be an adjustment.
I just keep thinking, like, how am I going to make it through a whole day? You know? Yeah, I can imagine. That first week is probably going to take me completely out, you know?
Yeah.
She talked about her work life, her channel, and, you know, the channel, the work life, everything she got to do, all about the tea. That's just a lot all in one. And she's trying to get her life back in balance. She said it's going to be hard because she don't like change. She didn't really want to leave the channel, but because she doesn't like change. But, you know, it was time for her to move forward and everything has a season. She talked about being grateful for her journey. She said it was time to move on. And it doesn't have to be an ugly thing. It's just a farewell and a new beginning. And then she just talked about, she pretty much ended it to how her channel. She was
what it was gonna be and what you can look forward to. Yeah.
She's not gonna she's gonna still talk about reality shows, but you know, everything is not gonna be reality shows. She wanted to talk about different topics, you know. And then she thanked everybody for her support. It was nice, it was sweet, it was simple, it was
very pleasant.
It was very pleasant, exactly.
Yeah.
So that night, all about the tea. We have Monica's announcement to everybody the next night. So she had Buffy on for the guest, Buffy from Married to Medicine, which we know she's usually on her daytime panel when she can't be there because she's not there as much either.
I haven't even really seen the daytime panel. Like, do they still do it? Because I haven't even seen it.
Not a lot lately.
Lately.
Was on to get, like I said, Buffy wasn't there. The girl Monica was too busy because she had her book and everything coming. We didn't see her as much. And so you just had Richie Sky and
Amir. Yeah.
And that was still every blue moon, you know.
Yeah, but you watch Richie on his own channel, so.
So I don't know. I just kind of felt like having Buffy on the show is a little slight. In the way that Monica does, you know. She started the show with a small talk. She didn't start off the show talking about plays. She did a little small talk, and she didn't do a show on Monday because the kids were out and it was hot and had been attacked by mosquitoes, and her and Schoolboy got to talking about mosquitoes and all that stuff. Like the mosquito song.
Her and Schoolboy talk a lot.
Yeah. Then she discussed the topics they were going to talk about. So she did a whole lot of other talking going on before she even addressed the fact that Ples wasn't there. So then she said, well, we got a big announcement. Ples, who was a panel member on this channel, will no longer be on the panel. She is focusing on her mental health and her day job. When we last spoke, which wasn't too long ago, we agreed on another arrangement. However, that didn't happen. So I wish her the best. She's happy, we're happy, but that leaves an empty seat. And then she goes on.
When I heard her say she's focusing on her mental health, I was like, I didn't hear that.
Now we just rewound what Ples said. Mental health was not one of the
Never
reasons
heard her
that
say
she
that.
gave. So me and you both was like, we knew she was gonna say something.
That's gonna be an issue. I was like, she's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Because now you're making it sound like she having some type of mental breakdown.
She meant to be messy. And that was a messy thing. She knew what she was doing. And we knew she just couldn't act right. It could be just let it go. But she's a messy person.
And she had her little teacups on ready.
And so I made a couple of notes, like you said. Ples never alluded to anything about her mental health. If you notice, the panel was not shocked about the information. So that means that they knew previously.
They had a conversation.
Because it wasn't no, this Ples ain't coming back. None of that. So they knew. And doing the announcement, if you looked at Marcella, she like made something else really interesting. Like she really wasn't caring about the announcement that was going on. And she do that when she
always does that.
Yeah.
She does this thing.
Yeah. You know. Or she'll cut her camera off.
Or she cuts her camera off. So she could go chop off that hen.
So I'm sure Ples followers told Ples the stuff that
right.
And I didn't watch none of that. I just wanted to hear what the announcement was. Because personally, with Ples gone, there's no reason for me to watch it because I can't relate to none of the other panelists. I used to relate to Schoolboy, but then Schoolboy was drinking that Kool-Aid and she got caught up in
She's real different than she was, because I first like Schoolboy, like I was following her on Instagram because I was like, she's very entertaining.
Mhm,
And her channel. Cause you
mhm.
know, then I just after the thing got ugly all about the tea, I just dismissed
She
all of
went from
that.
being her own person to being
Yeah.
a
And
robot.
I was following players, but like she was saying, there wasn't a lot of content. So,
Mhm.
you know.
Right. So you will watch All About the Tea just to hear what players had to
And
say.
if she wasn't there, then I didn't
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. So so I'm sure people went to players. She heard
Mm-hmm.
stuff about them saying that, you know, her mental was the reason why she had to leave. So break down for us players part because she did posted a video in
After
response to.
after after that
Yeah,
announcement,
yeah,
they took players out of character.
they did.
Um, First of all, I believe it was Schoolboy, because Schoolboy put out a video. After Ples did her, and this is the thing, Schoolboy put out a video after Ples made her, you know, her big announcement.
Mhm.
Clearly, she didn't watch it.
So do you want me to go over that one first?
Go over that one because that came first.
Confused because I was confused which video came first, y'all. Look, we've been watching videos all day, so y'all gotta excuse us.
I feel like so Ples put out her video,
The first video.
the first video, and then Schoolboy was then instructed by Monica what to think, what to say.
So the reason why I was thinking that Ples did her other video first, because she alluded to some stuff that Ples said in her video. But let me go over Schoolboy's first, and then we'll talk about Ples.
Ples.
Okay, so this is entitled Schoolboy is Manipulated by Monica and Does a Live.
100%. Monica was even in the freaking.
She was there.
She was there.
She started out the video and gave a shout out to Monica, who is in the chat. Okay, so
I guess she had time.
Monica had a conversation with Schoolboy, and I'm pretty sure that she convinced Schoolboy that you need to go on live and say this because I don't have time, blah, 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 but you need to do this.
And see, this is why I think this video came first, because with the video with Ples, she started talking about, you know, now that's when she changed her opinion of Schoolboy, because she was very much support of Schoolboy until that happened.
To this.
Mm-hmm.
So she starts off talking about she want to clear the air, and she ain't done nothing to Ples to receive the bad comments that they have been getting online. Now, mind you, these comments is not because of stuff Ples said. These comments is because this is the way that we as an audience feel about you guys anyway. And just like we watch and say,
that ain't right.
Ernie, they've been doing this. Did you hear what they say? Oh my God, they so toxic over there. These are our comments anyway. It has nothing to do with what Ples said, because Ples, as we just read, was very nice and sweet. Straight to the point. Never dogged out all about the tea.
Let's just, for the sake of shits and giggles, say Ples was dirty and manipulative. Let's just pretend like that's the case.
Okay.
That was never, you know, she didn't bring that out in the video. I didn't hear none of that in the video. She didn't say anything like that.
We didn't hear it. She was very, very nice, very, you know,
professional,
because that's what she is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She said Ples is mad because she didn't get the proper send-off. She didn't get her flowers. This is what she said.
That's what Monica said. That's what Monica told her to say.
That's what she said. If you listen, y'all, we're gonna go back over this, but it's verbatim stuff Monica gonna say later on.
Yep.
She said 2 weeks ago, Ples told Monica that she would drop down to once a week every Friday. She never said that she was leaving the panel. She just chose to quit yesterday without telling Monica one damn word. And no one on the panel knew anything until she dropped her video. Now,
Okay.
wrong.
So she said Ples told Monica.
She said
Ples told Monica.
that
So
she
where
was
was
gonna
Schoolboy?
drop down to once a week every Friday.
So where was Schoolboy? She was there to verify this information.
No.
Just
She
checking.
said her and Bishop, the panel, didn't know anything until Pledge dropped that video. That's what she said.
She said they knew. She said they didn't know.
Then later on in the video, somebody asked, how did she know what Pledge told Monica? And she said, Monica told me and Bishop 2 weeks ago.
Everything.
She tells us everything.
Everything.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. You said you didn't know anything. Now you saying you knew 2 weeks ago because she told you everything. I thought you just said you didn't know nothing until she dropped that video a day ago.
Monica was on the text like, say this.
She then said Ples was holier than thou attitude. She had a holier than thou attitude, and she thought she was better than all of them.
So, okay, she said, is that because, are they saying that because every time they say some low down bullshit, Ples doesn't engage? That's what makes her
Don't
holier than thou?
engage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where that come from. How
So then I guess we are, us, me and you and all the other people.
holier than thou, child, with my wine.
Because there's a lot of us out there like, that's too much.
It was too much. They will talk about people appearance and laugh, and Ples will come back like, I mean, like that, you know.
Because that's not what we doing, supposed
Sometimes
to be.
Ples will just have a look, and then Monica be like, you all right? Is you okay?
Well, how are you supposed to answer that question?
Stop.
You're supposed to be like, nah, y'all on some bullshit.
Then that would be starting shit. So somebody left a comment because she reading comments as she's doing her live. And somebody said that the environment was becoming toxic. She said, we're not becoming toxic. Ples made it toxic when she chose to drop a video. If she had respect, she should have called Monica and told her that she was quitting.
She did. Remember, y'all all knew 2 weeks ago.
That's what 2 weeks notice is. I tell you in 2 weeks, notice that I'm not gonna be here no more.
I always feel like, you ever been in a job where somebody's gonna get fired and everybody knows except the person that's supposed to, and you be like, don't tell me that shit. Like, I don't want to walk around knowing this person is about to get fired. When I'm getting ready to quit a job, I never tell anybody that I'm quitting. I always go first and quit. You know what I'm saying?
2 weeks.
I give my 2 weeks and then I let the people say.
Oh, yeah, you don't tell before.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't walk around and be like, I'm gonna quit this shit. I'm about to be out. I don't do that.
Absolutely.
I go get my notice, and then however that shit play out, that's how it play out.
Absolutely. So that's what she did. She told Monica in 2 weeks, I'm giving you a 2-week notice on the 31st. I'll be gone. With that, let's go into more depth in her conversation of how that all went down.
Right.
But back on what Schoolboy is telling the people. She said the only reason why Ples is doing this is for clicks and views. She is leaving because she got her subscribers and her monetization. She got her money. She mentioned that Ples had 9,000 views off of her video, and the video was full of jealousy truth. Her video, jealousy.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even look at any of that. Did you look at any of that?
I didn't pay any of that attention. But throughout the whole time, she talked about clicks and views, clicks
And comments.
and yeah, she just doing this for click and views. So then when we go to Pled's video, which you'll touch on, we know why she keep talking about clicks and views.
But I mean, okay, we're here on these YouTube streets. We're new to it. You know what I'm saying? Are we here for clicks and views?
Everybody's
Isn't
here.
that why you're doing it?
Everybody's here for clicks and views.
Like if I wasn't here for clicks and views, I could just talk to you without any
we
of
do
this.
this anyway, right? Oh my goodness. First of all, Monica didn't, I mean, Pelez didn't put her I'm leaving video out there for clicks and views. You guys didn't announce it, so she announced it on herself. And
she's supposed to be waiting. What is she waiting on? And this
she's
is the
done.
thing. She did it because Monica was gonna be on some fuck shit. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing, like she did it when she did it.
Because ain't no telling what Monica would have really said.
She said Monica was in bed with laryngitis. I talked to her.
That's what she said.
You talked to her. You talked to Schoolboy.
But you ain't talked to Pelez.
You ain't got to talk with text messaging.
You really don't. Then she talked about Pelez says she didn't get paid. We get paid to be on panels. Then she said no other YouTube panel get paid. You know that because who told you that?
Because Monica said that. I heard her say it. I heard her say that last night. Huh.
Yeah. She said she wants to do half the work and still get paid. It's not fair to me and Bishop that you get equal pay, but you're not doing the equal work. You're mad because Monica told you no, and you wouldn't get paid the same. Monica didn't tell her no.
See, that's the thing. Schoolboy she put out all of this whole video information that because she could have easily, like, let's just say we work together and I hear this shit, right? I think I'd probably be like, call you up and be like, girl, what the hell? What happened? What
the hell going on, girl, with you and Monica? What
right.
You quitting? You ain't saying nothing? Girl.
Right.
Yeah, no, she didn't do that. She went strictly by this is what Monica told her to go on.
Yeah, Schoolboy is so grateful to be on this shit, and I get that, and she should be, because they have definitely grown really fast by being associated with the panel. But Pledge is about the business. If I'm gonna be somewhere for 3 hours every night, I need to know what, because that ain't adding up to $300 damn. I'm sorry,
right.
that ain't even, that ain't making
Right.
sense. So,
and she started doing after dark shows. So after you on there for 3 hours, then she wants you to stay another 3 hours because they want to sit up there, drink, and do after dark. Monica says she got kids and husbands and all that. I don't even know how.
Wow, right. And a mother in a nursing home.
Right. Somebody asked why Monica is not speaking for herself. She said she can come on here and speak if she wants to.
She doesn't. She's in the comments. She didn't even show her face. Now we know why.
She was there. If she wanted to say something, she would have.
She could have.
The opportunity right there to address it, and she didn't. Schoolboy stand in front of the firing squad and get her ass towed up.
And you know what I noticed too, because Pleasant is so low key. When Schoolboy started her YouTube channel, she started doing her little thing with the classroom and all of that. And I feel like Monica shut that shit down because now she doesn't have her background anymore. One day she came in with just, like I am here with nothing behind me. And she was like, that looks way better.
Is that what she said to her?
Yeah, like it's a lot less distracting. So like she must have like told her to take it down, because you can't be.
Now, was that during her hate Schoolboy days?
No, this was just, probably within the last 2 weeks.
She don't like you to get more jazzier than her.
She don't want you to be. Yeah, this is all about the tea. You should save that for your own channel.
She said, I'm addressing it because I choose to address it. Is that what it is? Schoolboy.
She was real heated. Like she was real. I didn't see anybody like during the course of her argument with, the interweb. It wasn't really nobody like co-signing with her. Everybody
No.
was pretty much like, why are you mad? What's going on? Why are you,
At one point, somebody said, "Why you mad?" I'm not mad. She was.
Yeah, you mad.
Yeah.
You mad.
Mm-mm.
You mad because Ples didn't tell you that she was quitting, but you knew 2 weeks ago that she was quitting, but you didn't know anything because she wasn't quitting. Like, I don't even know why she, like you said, she put herself in front of the Scott Fire Squad.
She didn't think this out clearly
at all.
Yeah, because what it was is that she know the truth. She knew 2 weeks ago. I do believe she knew 2 weeks ago that she was quitting. But then she's still trying to tell Monica's side of the story. So she kind of intertwined in both stories and she messing herself up. That's what she's doing. She said that Ples disrespected the panel by talking about them after she left the job, and she left her comment section open so people could drag us. She said, I looked in your comment section and people talked about us like junkyard dogs. So did you or did you not watch the video? You looked at the comments, but you didn't watch the video?
She didn't watch, she couldn't have watched the video because with the whole time when she was on her rant, I was like, what did she see? What did she see?
So she just went there to read the comments. Mm-hmm. Or did Monica tell her?
Monica briefed her. Yeah.
Okay. She said Ples demeanor changed by month 3. She didn't want to be there. She was very monotone. She was talking a long time and disrespecting everyone else's time on a panel because she wants to overtalk everyone and be long-winded and continue to be rude.
When did that ever happen?
Let me tell you.
They keep saying that, and I'm like, because don't Monica be like, what do you think, Bishop? What do you think, School?
When did that ever happen? And y'all don't have shit to say. A lot of times y'all wait to hear what either Monica or Ples have to say, and then you regurgitate what they just said. A lot of times lately, Schoolboy used to have her own opinion, but recently
she
just agreed with whatever Monica said.
And Mark Sala says, pussy, dick, dick, pussy, pussy, dick, pussy.
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
That's it. That's it. Y'all don't have, what it is that they're mad because they say a very little bit, and then when Ples talks, she talks with intelligence and she's able to explain what it is that she's trying to say, and y'all can't, And 9 times it is something opposite because y'all just says.
Well, I mean, if somebody is a lawyer or a paralegal or anything of that nature, all they do is read. They got lots of words. Like it makes sense that you have a lot to say.
So when you said that, I had been thinking because a lot of times she been like, read this or read that. And I was simply thinking like, I wonder why she don't have Ples to read it. Like, that's the only one who probably could really sit there because they be stumbling over the words. And
Schoolboy want to make voices.
Yeah.
And Bishop, he tried to make voices. And this is the thing, like, reading out loud is difficult. Mm-hmm. Unless you do it all the time.
Especially this type of words, text messages.
And then people like be writing shit. Have you ever like sent a text and then look back at it and be like, what the hell I just say?
Especially when you heat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, look, I have looked at some of the angry texts that I've sent that guy.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what the heck? This just blew my whole point because I'm misspelling and adding words that didn't belong there. So now you want me to out loud read something I've never seen before, and then people, nowadays use all these abbreviations. So it sounds
Right.
ridiculous.
Right. Let me see. She said on Friday, her voice got elevated with Monica and she just started going back and forth. Monica was yelling at her. That was the one that you didn't see about Joe Brown.
Okay, I did watch that today. I started giving me a headache.
And Monica kept trying to
defend Joe Brown.
Yeah, because she was defending Joe Brown. But you trying to say players got rude and try to overtalk Monica. Okay.
No, players had a different point of view, and it is what it is. I turned that shit off because all that hollering was getting on my damn nerves. I was like, y'all arguing, really y'all saying the same thing.
Basically. Schoolboy says, you said you got to protect your energy, but it's my energy I had to protect from you. I never heard players say anything.
She never said nothing about protecting her energy.
Y'all is pulling this shit from the sky.
She did say that, and it makes sense for all of us, especially for when you're a mother and you got kids and family to take care of. She said she felt off balance, and I think we all do when you try to take on everything. And you get, all of a sudden your room is a mess, and you got to stop and
Right, you're right.
I was like, she didn't say that. I didn't hear her say nothing about protecting her energy.
She didn't. That's some shit Monica done made up. She called players are supposed to be.
Why was Monica so adamant about not watching the video? Because she knows she on bullshit.
Monica's so petty. She probably didn't want to watch the video because she didn't even want to give her that view because she was scared,
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, she petty like that. So she just going by what other people say.
That's not even normal. Like, I feel like I call bullshit on that too. When you watch the video,
hell yeah, you talking about me. I want to know what you're saying.
I see what she said. So she knows she on bullshit.
Yeah. She called her supposed to be attorney. And because people were saying, look, Player's busy. She attorney. She got a real job. She ain't got time. She
said she worked for the government.
She worked for the government. She is not in the courtroom. She just pushed papers. I work the same amount of hours.
Working for the government sounds like a lot of work. Shit.
Baby, I didn't work for the government. It's a whole lot of work.
That sounds like a lot.
And push paper, shit. That paper is a lot of damn.
A
lot. We had what we called the PRH was like a Bible. That thing was like that thick. Then you had other regulations. So yeah. So that's a lot. Somebody said something about.
And then why are you trying to downplay her career? Like, I'm sorry, but
But then you say you're not jealous of her. But then you're supposed to be a lawyer. You don't do all that. She's not that important. She's looking down on us. Then you turn around and say, I never said anything bad about you. But shit, you saying a whole lot right now.
Just now.
Then she go back to on Sunday. Monica said she was gonna call her in 30 minutes and she didn't. She called her because she was sick, but the phone go out both ways. She was in bed with laryngitis, but then she turned around and said she talked to her again on Sunday. You talked to her and she had laryngitis. Did you talk to her?
Yeah, she talked to her. She didn't have no damn laryngitis. She was trying to manipulate that situation, and Monica didn't do a show on Monday because she was probably trying to figure out how, how she was going to move forward.
what she was gonna do.
Yeah.
The schoolboy said whether it was mental health or not, you had no right to get on the internet to say anything.
Why not?
So you could talk about my mental health, but I don't have a right to say anything, but you had a right to go on the internet and say that I had mental health issues?
Why not though? It's her page. She can go do whatever she wants to do. She gave notice. I ain't telling, I'm not talking to y'all all about the tea, folks. I'm over here on my own page letting my people know what the hell is up.
So then once again, did you or did you not watch it? Because she made a comment, said that Monica has 70,000 subscribers before the night panel in January. Players, when we get to yours, talked about we didn't really know how many subscribers Monica had.
But see, that wasn't even on, that was on the other video. That was
right, the second video, right?
Yeah.
So how do you know that she even talked about that? But now you want to clarify because Monica told you because you didn't know because her count off. But now you want to clarify that Monica has 70,000.
And she wasn't off. She said, I'm not sure. We didn't know. She said, let's just say 60,000. That's a pretty damn good guess considering.
Nope. Monica so petty said, no, it was 70. I was close to 100,000.
Well, I wasn't watching All About the Tea before that. So
I wasn't either. Then she said she never said goodbye or nothing to me. But then she said her and Players wasn't close. So if y'all wasn't close, why do you feel like she say goodbye to you for?
She said goodbye to the person she was supposed to when she gave that 2 weeks notice. Now it's up to you to decide. And I never heard Players say nothing about giving her no farewell, goodbye, or none of that. I never heard her say nothing about any of that.
And here's the thing, Players was still under the understanding that on Monday, they were going to have a show. Could pull that show at the last minute. So if she was going to say her goodbyes, y'all know she probably had a whole speech and everything prepared. Y'all didn't give her that opportunity. You know?
Monica pulled that show thing when it was a holiday. So she probably figured people weren't going to be, tuning in anyway. And she was trying to figure out, she had to call Buffy and whoever else she had to call to step in on, her show.
Crazy. Then she go on to talk about, I don't care who subscribe or unfollow me. Then we find out later your ass gonna be crying because you're losing subscribers. But right now you hard. You don't care about nobody.
And I think that's, to be honest, and listen, Schoolboy was one of my favorites. But that's why you apologizing.
That's why.
Because you got duped. And this ain't the first time.
No, it's not. She said, if you were mad with things Marcella said last night, you need to take it up with Marcella. I don't know what Marcella has said because I didn't watch that. All About the Tea. So evidently Marcella must have been in there talking shit after the mental health comment and shit.
Yeah, I didn't finish watching that either. Or listening to it. I didn't finish listening to that.
She ended it talking about she was getting ready to go back on All About the Tea and she wasn't addressing it anymore because she was done with it. But then when she got on the show, she addressed it again. But okay. So tell us break it down to what really happened, the situation with Players. Tell us what.
First, I don't know why Schoolboy felt the need to enter herself into that situation. I didn't see Bishop doing that. And I don't know what the hell Marcella does on whatever her page is. That's not something I would be checking in for. No. But she sat up there in all this angry energy, caping for Monica's ass and being played again. Because then you had to get up on that damn live crying, talking about you sorry, I'm sorry. That's, it ain't the first time you've been sorry because you didn't let Monica manipulate you.
Monica knows she can manipulate Schoolboy.
Schoolboy is so grateful, and I understand being grateful
Mhm.
for how, and she should be grateful. This opportunity that came along for her, but let's be clear. Um, Monica can benefit from them being there too. So it goes both
Absolutely.
ways. I didn't tune into that shit to see Monica.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um, they took players out of her character. I'm so glad she addressed it though, because I was confused when they threw that whole mental health nonsense out there. I was like, that's messed up. So she quit, and y'all gonna put it out there like she's unstable somehow. When she's an attorney, that's that could affect her livelihood. So I don't know why y'all think it's cool to be putting that narrative out there that she's on some type of mental break.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Schoolboy did say she's not an attorney, that she just works for the government. So, Schoolboy, you were talking shit, and that is some hater ass jealousy type shit. Um, Ples was Team Schoolboy up
She
until that
was.
video.
She really was.
So she was really hurt that, to see that, because she said she felt like she wanted to look out for Schoolboy and warn her, like, be careful. Because this is what's happening to me. But instead, Schoolboy also, I mean, she young, but she's also grown enough to know better. I'm sorry. I have, she in her 30s. So, but Schoolboy likes the mess.
I think a lot of it, she's grown, but I don't think she has the mental capability of a grown person. I think that's why.
She's not, I think, mentally she's smart, but she's weak. She's dealing with issues of not being liked because of, her lifestyle and who she is. And so, Monica sucked her in with all that my baby bullshit.
Monica, I don't know what's up with that, but like I said one time in one episode, Monica was talking about, you can be my daughter, you didn't have a mother. And I'm like, her mother been on the show before, so what is that about? And then you go from, I talk to Schoolboy every day, and now you calling her by her real name. And she's manipulating this girl.
And Schoolboy lives in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Monica lives in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Do she know who she is?
I wonder if she's even seen her.
Play says she don't know. She says she don't know who she is.
And they all be capping for her, talking about she ain't Mexican, she ain't white. Like, have y'all seen her? Do y'all know what she is?
I don't know, but I think that's weird to be working for somebody in that capacity where I don't know who. I'm gonna need to FaceTime you like on the backside. Like, I don't gotta show your face, but I need to see you, because I can't know if you're genuine or not if I'm talking to a freaking avatar. That shit's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Plus struggle with being loyal to the opportunity, I think, because she said several times, like, it started to feel like she wanted to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I could get that when you find yourself in a situation where you're benefiting from being a part of the situation, and it feels like maybe unappreciative. If you're like, you know what, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So so when she started having feelings about this ain't what I thought it was, she still, she stayed. And I get that. Players found them the same way I did, through DJ Richie Sky. I was watching Richie, and he would always like reference All About the Tea. And I would see the daytime panel, which was him and Buffy and that other lady, was she Monica or Monique?
Monica.
Not Monica, the avatar, but the other lady.
Monica.
She's a Monica too.
Mm-hmm.
that panel was very clean, and by clean I mean they don't really talk shit about people in a way. It wasn't messy.
It wasn't messy.
You know, Richie is like a good guy, so he doesn't cuss or anything. So, and Buffy is entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And the other lady was like, she, I didn't know her. I wasn't familiar with her, but she carries
She
herself.
just laugh at everything.
But she carried herself in a certain way, you know, classy base, like Funky Dineva say. She classy base. So that's the same way I was brought to All About the Tea. I do remember when the whole thing with Potomac was on. I remember when Monique said, you know who I wanted to see Players.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard her say that, I did not know that at the time, I didn't know they were in a panel because I was watching something else. You know, I was just kind of, you know, picking in and out. So that made Monica reach out to Ples. Ples didn't seek out being none of this. Monica reached out, and I also remember Schoolboy, because Schoolboy is kind of an anomaly. Like you see what it is. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's so entertaining to watch this very butchy little girl, but still be interested you know, in the same shows. And her take was always very entertaining, and them faces and stuff. So I thought Schoolboy was entertaining. And still did not know that they weren't an already made panel. I didn't know that this was all playing out while we were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's how she got drawn in. I think she got drawn in and then realized, well, this is something really different, because the nighttime panel, they get in, they go in, and they real, you know, toxic, like you said. I don't feel like it started out being that way because they were all kind of finding their way.
Right.
But then it switched somewhere along the way.
Monica. She got more and more toxic.
Monica, she lied about the Friday arrangement. She put it out there that Ples said that she would come and do the show on Friday, and that she said she wanted to get paid the same money. You know, when she said that didn't sound right to me. Who said that?
And the real thing was, she came to her and said, here my 2 weeks. She said, no.
Don't leave.
Don't do it. What if we just do 1 day a week? She probably started at 2 or 3. And then said, okay, how about just Fridays? And Ples said, she said just Fridays. Then she wanted to do it after darks. And she was like, I mean, that's still a lot. Like every Friday, I'm supposed to give it up to All About the Tea. So with that, knowing all of that, what is the compensation?
But she also said that she asked for a contract since January, and of course she asked for a contract.
Of course the lawyer asked for a contract.
Monica don't want to give out contracts though. Why is that?
Because she on some fraud stuff.
Because I think Sherelle does. I think when Sherelle hires her panelists, because I've heard her say it. And I don't know what the affiliation was with Monica and Sherelle. I never get that whole story, but I'm supposed to find out now what that's all about. But I think it should be understood. Like, if I leave out of my house today and go around the corner to friggin' Publix, there's a contract. Whenever you get a job, you sign all this paperwork saying this is how your hours are going to be.
This is what we agree to.
Get paid. This is what the expectation is. So I don't understand why that, and I think that's why Monica did not get back to her, because Monica was trying to avoid putting that shit in writing. She's been avoiding it since January, and I know Ples was like, if we ain't putting nothing in writing,
wasn't Monica just going in on Joe Budden about the same thing?
That's what she said. She said.
I'm just saying.
If it was me and if we had contracts, everybody would be fair. Yeah, that's what she said. But
Okay.
so she went and lied to them and said, and she lied that
She
very morning
lied.
that she said she had she gave her resignation and this
Yep.
isn't the understanding that we had, and she wanted to work 1 day a week and get the same money. That's what Monica said. And like I said, that didn't even sound right when she said it. But Schoolboy over here wants to take whatever Monica says as solid gold
Because she calling you daughter.
and got you out here co-signing that bullshit when you don't know nothing about nothing. Because you talking about people picking up the phone, but you didn't call players and ask. But you can't call somebody that you don't talk to and now
Right.
start asking questions. Players said they discussed, Monica even asked her like who would be a good replacement. And she named.
But you ain't know she was leaving, but you asked her about her replacements. Oh, okay. That's the thing I didn't agree with Players, because I didn't agree with them people she had suggested. I can't do them. The one I was good with, but she said she was a hairdresser, so she worked. So
look,
that was the only one I was like.
I'm like, if this shit wasn't so juicy, I wouldn't be here tonight talking about it.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you be tired of that. And for somebody that does hair to then come, and first of all, we never know really what time we're gonna be done. You can't,
Right.
I can't guarantee what time we're gonna be done. Second of all, for me to leave work and come talk about some bullshit I barely have time to watch the stuff when it comes on. I have to, by the time I watch the shows that we review, like I'll watch it in the morning.
Right.
So yeah, Monica's on bullshit as usual. They discussed replacements. She brought up Princess and some other people. I mean, she brought up the people that's on there all the time. There's that one guy that comes on there, and I don't know his name. She was mad at him for the Joe Brown conversation.
Don't go against her.
Well, he won't be getting the job. Monica did not call her back to discuss the terms of the agreement. 2 weeks she had.
But you knew her deadline was, she had told you May 31st is my last day. If they didn't have agreement as of May 31st, then
it's a wrap. Then I'm done. Right. And if I've been waiting on a contract since January, this is it. 31st, if we haven't come to an understanding by then, and you're texting me and I'm like, how come she didn't say, I'm sorry, I'm so sick, I can't even talk.
But I will text you.
But I will.
Schoolboy said she talked to you that day. So did you have laryngitis? Did you not? You forced yourself to talk to Schoolboy?
About what?
Lying.
About Players. Because Schoolboy, she got a tech conversation going on over here. And I listened to So Debonair before we got
that's
on.
That's a whole nother thing.
And that's another element, to the story. Players then finds out like she used the term gaslighting. So Players, she's an attorney. Like, I don't know what you thought, but she gonna start covering herself. And I do that. I'm not an attorney. If I got some shit going on, I'm the most screenshottingest person you want to see.
Document.
I would screenshot it. I'm like, just in case this comes up again.
Look, I work for the government. We believe in keeping all emails, all paper trails, notes on everything. On this date, you said this at this time. You messed with the wrong one. But Monica's not that bright.
No, she's
her conversation. She's not that bright.
That's why she needs a panel. Because nobody's tuning in to see her. Why is she deleting comments?
So Ples said that she didn't delete all comments that was favorable to Ples, but she did delete a lot of comments that.
Well, she had other receipts, so she just screenshot it and kept track of all the comments.
So you can't say
And I
that
don't
you
even
didn't
think
do
she
it.
really gives a shit about the comments. It's just, this is the shit you're doing, and why? Why?
She just noticed. And that probably was just like on a, I could have,
What happened to that?
it was there. Then
Where
she
did it
started
go?
paying attention.
Right. So why are you doing that? What's your motive behind doing that?
And like Claire said, she understands you deleting comments that put panel members against panel members. She said she get that, but that's not the one she was complaining about. It was the ones that was just, one of them said, Ples, one day I could see you being a celebrity judge on TV. She deleted that.
Why though?
Hateful.
I mean, that shit doesn't even make sense. She thought she was cool with Schoolboy. And then in March, shit got different.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say back in March is when that whole argument between Marcella and Schoolboy ensued on a live.
That we caught by accident.
What's that?
We caught by accident. Because I think you had checked out and I was like, hold on, something just happened.
Because Schoolboy started growing. And that's when people were like, you know, she started getting her little merch and growing her little channel, and that old Marcella didn't like it. People were in the comments talking about, you know, how they love Schoolboy. And I remember Marcella said, well, this is all about the tea.
She did say that. She and I was like, whoa.
And they got in this stupid ass argument over what's the name's mama being ridiculous on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
That's right.
And Marcella was on some, we gonna respect mothers and blah, blah, blah. And I was
That's
like,
right.
Dumbass argument. But what that really was, I noticed Marcella has an issue with other people being shown, when somebody's showing love to other people. For whatever reason, when somebody else gets a compliment, she takes it as a slight.
She does. And she did that recently with Ples.
Yeah. First she did it with Schoolboy and then again with Ples. Yep. So there used to be a rotation. There was So Debonair and Marcella and Princess. And then after this whole fallout happened, Princess is out, Debonair is out, and Marcella is a constant.
So you know what I'm wondering? Did you do something to our girl Sinitra?
What happened with her?
I'm wondering. What happened to Sinitra? Did you?
I think Sinitra, first of all, she probably was like, $300, ain't nobody finna come over.
Well, Monica said only Ples was making $300. The other ones weren't making that. So it probably was less than that.
So yeah, that's probably how that went. She probably was like every day for 2 hours, 3 hours for $250. Nah, I'm good.
I'm waiting to see if Sinitra gonna come out with a story.
She didn't come back. Cause anybody out there, if y'all see Sinitra, tell her. We want to know. Please post.
Because we know Sinitra come up in there and shut it down, and you know Monica don't like no competition, honey. So that might have been too much for her.
It was too. I love Sinitra though.
Yeah.
So okay, so I got a little backstory because, like I said, I was listening to Debonair, but so well, they did talk about it a little bit. So apparently there was the backstage thing. I don't go to backstage, you know. I don't know, like where these people have 5 hours of their day to watch this shit.
No, which one is this? Is this the one with Debonair?
Debonair, Princess. This is when the whole fallout was.
Oh, this is the fallout. Because Ples never talked about it. She mentioned it, but she never said what happened. We never
Because they didn't
found out
know.
what happened.
Because they didn't know what happened. Because Bishop and Ples were not, but they were clueless as to what was going on.
Right.
What was
But
going
she
on?
tried to come out and said, well, on the upcoming, when I talk about the whole thing at the end, she tried to say that Ples talked about what exactly happened, and Ples never talked about it.
She didn't. She said she wasn't going to bring it up.
She
What
did.
had happened was, I guess, well, she talked about it after the fact.
Mhm.
Players did after, you know, that whole thing. But I guess Debonair was just drunk and happy.
Right.
And he was telling players like how amazing she is.
Mhm.
And Marcella didn't like it. She felt the way about it.
Like always.
Like always. So
Mhm.
she called him up and told him that she had a problem with it. That him saying how great, he was like, I wasn't saying anything bad. And you know, when you drunk, you just be like, I love you, you're amazing. And I guess he
Right.
went on for 45 minutes telling players how wonderful she is until it made her really uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Marcella was so bothered by it that she felt like she needed to have a private conversation with him and let him know how that made her feel like shit. And he's confused, like, why? I didn't say nothing about you. But in that moment, I just felt like, you know, I just love play.
Praising Ples.
Right. So Marcella did the dirty work that she does. Actually, Princess was confused behind the scenes. So at some point, Ples talked about having a group text that didn't involve her.
Right.
But it wasn't anything negative. It was just them, you know, they're young, they chatting and what have you.
Mhm.
And talking about you supporting each other so they could grow all their channels. And he asked her, well, if you feel that way, should I call the rest of them and let them know that, you know, I didn't mean anything by it? She said no. Next thing you know, he's no longer, and he said Monica did him the same way he did Ples. He said he reached out to Monica and was like, did I do something wrong? And she's like, no, but we'll talk. But that talk never took place.
Because that's not what she do.
That's not what she does. Princess was confused, like, you know, because the way they played it, you know, they kept saying this third party person, and they put it out there. They made it appear like, to me, they made it seem like Princess was the one behind the
I thought
scenes.
so too.
But the third party was him, and that was the issue. So, you know how Monica gets when somebody's getting praised. So after that happened,
So why didn't we see Princess after a while? Because we didn't see Princess a long time after that.
probably just because they associated her with him. Because they were just, you know, Marcella was doing what Marcella does. And
Because Prince, when she did have Princess come on, Marcella would turn off her camera. She would get up and walk away.
At the time, Marcella probably saw Princess and Debonair as their friends. Schoolboy blocked him off of Twitter, off of Instagram. So he didn't even know. Like,
over emotional and this whatever.
Monica and them got in her ear. I'm assuming a conversation probably was had with Marcella and Schoolboy and Monica, because the issue was going on publicly with Marcella and Schoolboy. And so that all of that shit got thrown over there, where Debonair is no longer, you know, part of the panel. Princess is no longer part of the panel. And Marcella is now there every day. Lord help us all. We have to listen to her drunk ass ramble on.
We ain't listening no more. So whatever.
And that's when I checked out. I was like, okay, well, she gonna be here every day. I'm not. So that's how that shit got on. And so it had nothing to do with Ples at all. And Marcella also told Ples, and he wouldn't re-say what it was, but Marcella told Ples that Debonair said something nasty about her. So now she's thinking Schoolboy and Princess, and you know, it don't take but a little seed to make you be feeling some type of way, especially if you're not included in the
Right.
conversation. So Marcella put it out there to Ples that Debonair says something. Ples is looking at it like they're all over here having this private conversation. These aren't my friends anyway. I'ma just stay over here in my lane. So it probably made her appear as if she was standoffish. And now they're putting this narrative out there that she thinks she's better than everyone. And Monica and Marcella are, the masterminds behind all of this
Sure.
mess. And at the end of the day, Marcella came up with a solid spot, a daily spot.
It didn't
She
help
kept saying,
that
I'm not part of the panel. I'm just a guest, but you're here every day. So
every single day she was there. Every single day. But it didn't help because it sounded like Schoolboy had her channel first. And then Ples finally got her channel up and running. But Ples' channel grew faster than Schoolboy's because Ples did that video about her stillborn baby, which she got so many views and subscribers after that. She got monetized.
I think like more people probably just relate to Ples just on a day-to-day. When Schoolboy, when I was watching her videos, like when she's doing her reviews, I watch the reviews because I enjoy Schoolboy. But then the videos are like her going on a date and her coming out story, and that's fine and good, but I don't relate to any of that. So I didn't have no interest in that. I think Ples just, she just relates to more people, I think.
And the issue was she got monetized. She got monetized before Schoolboy. And Monica, number one, didn't mention it. She said she congratulated her behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Congratulated everybody else. And you talk about everybody else platform on the show. She never talk about Ples.
Well, and then Bishop, he already been had his channel, so I don't know if he's monetized or not.
Probably not.
Have you ever looked at his channel? He got to have at least 1,000 though. He's got to.
Probably. Yeah, now because of it, and all them girls was liking Bishop, so he probably do have.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000.
So all of that mess that was going on, Ples was feeling like, this is messy. They over here talking about me and stuff. I don't even bother anybody. Monica acting funny now. And she, again, was feeling like, I don't know if I want to still do this. And you talking, well, we just now getting to June. So this is all happening like
that's fast. That's fast.
Monica never got back to Ples. She was playing her. Let's just, say what it is. She done put it out there to everybody that Ples wanted to work less and make the same amount of money. So she's telling them that they, they buying into the bullshit. So they automatically like on some feeling some type of way. It don't take much for Marcella to feel some type of way. All you got to do is say something. If it's not about her, then she mad clearly. And so Ples moved forward with her video and said, her farewells, like you said. But to her, the 31st was her last day. It is what it is. We ain't discussed nothing. You can't call me back. I'm out.
I'm done.
That's it.
So after Ples said her say, Schoolboy came and jumped the gun, said her say. Then it was last night when we had the All About Tea blow up. And Monica was exposed for who she really is. So Monica started off by telling the mods, this is how she started off the show. She started off the show by telling mods to block certain people because she didn't want to entertain it all. That's how she started off the show. I want y'all to block certain people. Block anybody that agrees with Ples. Block them. She said Ples has gone on live 2 times in a row saying things that is not true. Ples, neither time those videos were not live. So, lie number 1. She said, I don't know if she's hurt and making things up, but I haven't spoke to her since May 17th. I have not watched her videos, and I'm getting third-party word.
So why though? Why? Why are you having a conversation from a third party? You know, that doesn't even make sense. You put it out there like that sounds stupid.
You sound stupid. Go on there and watch and see what she said. You're mad about her doing the nice video.
Monica saw that video. Monica's on bullshit. Monica was mad because she was getting ready, like, Players blew up her plan.
That's what happened.
Whatever it was.
She said she refused to gauge in her video. Then she says, if Princess is in the line, tell Princess to call in.
Why?
Because she want to lie to Princess. She want to make sure that Princess is on her team when she tell this lie that Players told about the argument. So she wants to make sure Princess was there. Then this fool asked Bishop to open up in prayer. Why do you do that? And then you finna drag somebody. And he did.
Every time they pray is so blasphemous, and it's a mockery.
Mm-hmm. They need to stop doing that. And Bishop, don't let them, if you're supposed to be this man of God, don't let them do you like that. That's
I've never seen him look so uncomfortable as last night.
He was. Monica say, Schoolboy, why are you so upset? And Schoolboy says she allowed herself to jump into something that she should not have jumped into. She should have just left it alone. It was like, why are you feeling this way? Did something happen after we last spoke? She said, you spoke your truth. You should never feel bad about speaking your truth. And
she spoke your truth. I don't know. Schoolboy had nothing to do with the shit.
Nothing. So she had a few minutes ago, because she was getting ready for the All About the Tea video. So not too long ago, she was being your pit bull in there attacking Players. And now
she did a dumbass video. People start unfollowing her ass and unsubscribing to her ass. Then she was sorry. That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Then she said it wasn't her fight and she should have left it alone. And then she apologized to Players, and she said the battle was not hers. It was for Monica to address. The issue is between Monica and Players and has nothing to do with the rest of the panel. Total opposite of everything you just said.
When did you realize that?
When she lost all them damn subscribers. That's what happened. Then Monica gonna jump in because she's still trying to keep the beef going. She was like, that's why I'm mad that she brought you into it, because it's silly. And she has said stuff about people on this panel. And I'm used to it from these kind of people, but you know.
How did Players bring Schoolboy into it? Like, are we all supposed to be dumb? We watching it play out just like everybody else is.
Right. She didn't say anything about any of them. Then she said again, she didn't watch the video. So if you didn't watch the video and you're saying what somebody else told you, you sound stupid as hell.
And then she had Princess and that other girl, like, why? What are they there for?
So the other girl, I guess the other girl was supposed to be auditioning, but they never got to what they were supposed to be talking about. So.
Well, she said she was on some YouTube shit. We're not doing our regular show. We on this YouTube shit tonight. So.
That's what she said, child. And then Marcella get to talking about everybody was unprofessional, and she give super chats to everybody, and then she felt disgruntled. I wouldn't have gave her money. She think because she throw them super chats and stuff that they're supposed to kiss her butt.
Marcella I don't know when she works. because she spends the whole day. I don't care whose YouTube you turn on. Marcella is in the comments, freaking sending out super chats. She just, that's what she does.
All day. She said, I would not have gave her money. And last night, I just repeated what she said, that it was cutting into her sleep. Liz ain't said nothing about leaving because it was cutting into her sleep. But you say that you just repeated what Ples said. I don't know what video you was watching. She said, I never said she had a mental issue. Ples never said that you said it. We know who said it. Mom said it.
But she did say, yeah, take care of your mental health. They all said that. Mental health is important. Like they all, even Buffy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Did I even go that far with Buffy? I don't know.
But I mean, she said it. They all were on there like, yeah, take care of your mental health.
She said she gonna get her lawyers to look at the post.
What is the lawyer supposed to do? I was so confused by that. What did you get lawyers for?
Calling her lawyer to
her and Monica both. Monica getting her lawyer nothing.
Too. She said she lied and stuff, and she gonna put her lawyers in. And she always want to talk about her dang on lawyer.
She said she ain't watched the video, but she lied. How you know she lied? Right. But you didn't see it.
Then she asked Bishop if he had anything to say. He said no. Then he cut off his camera and he was done for the night. We didn't see Bishop, but one more time when he cut it off and then he disappeared for.
He just was like bounced. He just was like, I'm out.
Yeah. So Monica was like, well, everybody want me to comment. Let me give y'all the backstory on this. Just let me tell you what happened. So this is her version. 2 weeks ago, Ples said she was going back into the office.
Is it Donna? Is Donna the person behind the avatar?
Always ready to fight. So 2 weeks ago, Ples said she was going back into the office. And by the time she drive home, it would be too much to do the panel and eat and work out.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part in her thing.
It's about the eating and working out.
I didn't hear nothing about her driving.
This is Monica version. I guess she had to throw that workout in there for her, because she be throwing them little digs.
Yeah.
She asked to do Fridays. She said she asked her if she could do Fridays, and Ples said, yeah, that'll work. And then she said, will you still pay me the same? And I said, let me think about it, because that didn't make sense for me to pay you the same for once a week. So I told her I'll call her back and get back to her. Now, if you already had in your mind, assuming that Ples said that, wouldn't you just be like, nah, that wouldn't.
No, that ain't gonna work.
You know what I'm saying?
We have to pay you the same money for one day.
Yeah, we'll work out something, but that's not gonna work. That's not what you said. You know what I'm saying? You just said, let me think about it. I'll get back with you. She said 2 weeks passed. And then she said after the Friday show about Lizzo and Joe Brown, some people took things personal and they got heated. Then, so you talking about Ples? I don't know who these some people just say.
Is it because Ples is a plus size, so that's why she was supposed to be taking that shit personal?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that is?
Dick. She said that she texted her and told her that she would talk to her this weekend. Ples said she was going out of town, so she said, okay, I'll talk to you Sunday night. Then she talked about going to amusement park with her family. She was in the sun all day and she was with a bunch of kids and she wasn't feeling well and she had laryngitis, so she didn't call her. But then she said, oh, I didn't get to call her, but I would have thought she would have texted me.
For what? To re-quit? I got to re-quit.
But why you ain't text her? Because you told her you was going to contact her.
Why am I texting you? So I can reiterate the fact that tomorrow's my last day.
Right. Then she said she wasn't feeling good on Monday, so she canceled that show because she had to rest her voice from the laryngitis. And
Have you ever had laryngitis?
yeah, and your voice don't come back like
Does
that.
it come back the next day?
No. I'll be that, and I am one of the
week.
people. I have laryngitis. I'm one of the people that get sick and always get laryngitis.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that never used to happen. But now every time I catch a cold, I get laryngitis. And it takes a good week for
It
my
does.
voice to come back.
Absolutely. Monica, you full of shit.
Stop.
She said, and then on Tuesday, that's when she did the video saying that she was leaving the panel. She said she didn't know that because that wasn't what they discussed. That is what you guys discussed. Somebody said, Monica, in the comments, but you said you was gonna get back with her. She said, I did say that, but I didn't have time. And then she said, okay, you can say that. Block people, start blocking. I'm like, so they can't say nothing in defense?
No.
You just blocking them?
She even has Schoolboy saying that same stupid shit. The phone
Schoolboy was doing the same thing. Yeah. It's her conversation about what happened in Schoolboy conversation was exactly to the T. So we know that y'all had conversation.
You told her to say that.
Coached her.
Now she's sitting up here crying.
Yeah. Then she said she started hearing from people that saying that players left for her mental health, and she had to guard her energy and all this other stuff, and she was alluding to the panel being negative. Now, this is what other people she said was telling her. Not that she talked to players, not that she text players, but you went on live and said stuff that you said that other people told you. She said, okay, yeah, I meant to call her on Sunday and Monday, but I didn't. But she could have called me though. She got people calling me a liar. And she said, yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to call a lawyer too. Because she got people calling you a liar. No, we're calling you a liar, Monica.
Because you're a liar, Monica.
Liz ain't told me to say nothing. You a liar, girl.
You a damn liar.
Then she said, she also said, I never paid her. Most panels don't get paid. When she started on this channel, she didn't even have a YouTube.
When did she say that?
She never said that. Players got more money than anybody else because she asked for 300.
Matter of fact, players didn't bring up no damn money until you sat up there and said that she said you never paid her. Like, she responded to all of that shit that you said.
She never said that. You didn't say that. Then she started showing receipts of how she paid her. And she was like, I don't know why May's not showing up. Because players put in her 2 weeks notice. You didn't pay her for May. Quit trying to play us. Because you ain't playing, because you paid.
Why is she putting up her price though? Like, I didn't even understand it. I was like, that's
She was trying to prove that she paid her, but
she never said you didn't.
She didn't say, but you said the people said that she said.
Okay, well, I didn't hear that.
They didn't hear that either. Then she started talking about how much money she gave for her birthday. And if I didn't like her, why wouldn't I do that? Players address you giving her that money. She never said that. She said you threw her a nice party. She said that was one of the reasons why she wanted to stay. So what is you talking about?
I feel like she had this like whole narrative planned out, and then players put up her video, and so she just ran with it anyway. And it just looked crazy because it don't make sense.
She said when she got monetized, players said she didn't call her. Players didn't say that. Players said that you didn't reach out to her in private when she got monetized. Another lie. Everything Monica has said, players have already said it. So She lied through this whole damn thing. I was told she heard a conversation with Schoolboy, Marcella, and myself backstage. That was false. If she showed up backstage, I could see her. So why would I talk about her? That's not what Players said. Players said Schoolboy, Marcella was backstage talking. She said she didn't see Monica, but Monica, you can hear her shuffling stuff in the back. She said Marcella was talking shit about what happened with Richie Sky to Schoolboy.
Not with Richie Sky, with Debonair.
But Debonair, I'm sorry, not Richie.
She said she didn't back down either. Like she
did say that when Monica seen her and pulled her in, Marcella repeated what she said.
She realized that Players heard everything. She was like, well, now you gotta address it.
Yeah. She never said that Monica did it.
It's clear that Marcella, and I'm gonna take Princess and Debonair out of the situation because I was looking at Princess a certain type of way, but I feel like that was, maybe not necessarily the truth. But Marcella, Schoolboy, and Monica, they stay in a conversation, and Schoolboy, and I'm gonna just say, I feel like she's very easily manipulated. I feel like she needs people to like her, although she says she doesn't care. She cares a whole lot. And just based on the stuff that she's been through. She's been overweight before. She's been, she got issues with her self-esteem. And Monica knows that.
And
she just sat up there with all them late night talks and probably poured her whole guts out to Monica.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, then people can turn around and use that same thing against you.
But isn't that what she do?
Yeah.
Ain't that how she been doing all these celebrities? Just like,
what's her name? The old girl side chick of the year?
Side chick. You act like you was her friend. You got her to tell all the business, and then you go out there and dog her out on live. And then now I wasn't her friend. Girl, you should let her tell you about all the stuff she used to tell me. That's the shit that you do. So then the super chat came in.
From Marcella, because she likes
no, it wasn't Marcella at this time. It was somebody that probably said
she liked to be in the window.
It probably was somebody said if I sent her the super chat, she'll read this shit because she hot and heavy on super chats. So the person was like, where was it at? It said, Monica, these people are lying and instigating. And Monica was like, yeah, I know they're lying, instigating. The devil is busy. No, stupid.
She talking about you. And no, the people
that you're saying is telling you this is lying and instigating the conversation. She's so dumb, though. Monica like, yeah, the devil is busy. They're lying. No, y'all.
I don't believe anybody told her anything. That she made that shit up on her own. People that lie always say they said this, and I heard that. I
always hear that, and I be like, who is that? I hate,
you know who that is.
I say that all the time. I be like, who is that? Well, when I used to be at work, the kids used to say that, or all of y'all. I'm like, who is y'all?
Who is y'all? Or I heard, where you hear that? I have heard such and such. Where you hear that at?
Right. Well, every time they said, who is that? Who is y'all?
Monica and them.
Right. She brings women. Schoolboy, once again, she starts saying she never said nothing bad about Pledge. She just said a whole damn speech talking about her being a fake lawyer and all she do is push paperwork and all of that shit. She said the comment, not Schoolboy telling her, she liked the comment about the 3-hour thing. That was Marcella. Now you telling, now you snitching like that wasn't me, that was Marcella, because you so worried about you losing your money. And she said, anytime Marcella say anything, I get caught up in it.
Yeah, but y'all be chit-chatting, you and Marcella and Monica. That's where it come from, because people grouping y'all's ass together, because that's what the shit is.
She apologizing again. So then she bring Princess on. Princess is freaking clueless. Princess just came home from work. She don't even know what's going on.
What's going on?
Nope.
And I think Princess she been caught up in the bullshit before. I think this time she was like, I'm just.
Yeah, she said, I'm gonna sit back. I ain't gonna say too much because y'all got me before. And so Monica started going in about players, telling everything about the beef, about her, Schoolboy, So Debonair, Marcella, and they ain't had nothing to do with players. So I don't know why she talked about it in public. It was none of her business. None of us said anything, and she didn't either. We still don't know. She didn't either.
But we know now because Debonair.
Well, that was Debonair. That wasn't players. She didn't say it on her show.
No. Yeah, it was never players.
Yeah. Schoolboy apologizing again, saying that it was messing up her brand.
He said, "Are you all right, Schoolboy?" She said, "No." Like, how long was that from when you just logged off and said you?
You just said that you was getting ready to get ready for All About the Tea. That was what, 5-10?
She got ready. She was looking at her thing because clearly we know Schoolboy be all up in the comments and stuff. She was looking at her numbers going, she's like, what?
Yeah.
Don't blame that on players. You did that because you shouldn't have hopped on there saying any of that shit.
Then Monica gonna say anybody that unfollows Schoolboy is fucked up because she had nothing to do with that lie. Everything was a lie. And she didn't say nothing different than I'm saying tonight. Exactly.
Right.
That's why.
And that's why she doesn't have followers. That's why she's losing followers because she didn't have nothing to do with it. And somebody, when she was doing her live, was like, "Why is you involving yourself in this?"
And she said she did it because she wanted to do it.
Because I want to. Because I need you to hear my side. You don't have a side.
And you just said you didn't care about your followers and losing subscribers. So now 10 minutes later, you on here crying because you're losing them. Okay.
She in there talking about moderators, block the trolls. And I'm like, you don't have enough people to be blocking people now. Shit, they already dropping off.
Okay. Then Monica gonna say, I have all this going on, and players, she's, this supposed to be lawyer. She was like, you don't ever hear me talk about things. I have degrees, I have a home, I have a husband, and the greatest gift of family and a child and a husband. Yeah, Monica, you always talk about your home, your husband, your kids. And then I caught that you said the greatest gift was having a family with a husband and kids, once again, which was a slight towards Ples, her situation. Then she said Ples put out a narrative that they were evil people, and then she was crying on live to manipulate people. And then it was,
how you know? You didn't see it.
You didn't see it. So they told you. So they said. So they said that's what she's doing.
What damn they starting shit.
But in the midst of it, Marcella gonna say, and let me say something, I ain't never got paid. And then she cut her off and was like, well, Marcella.
Yeah, you do.
Now, because I'm donating to your charity. See, she wasn't gonna let Marcella have it either, though. You know what I'm saying? Now she looking crazy because
Marcella said something like, and I'm going to call Ples and have a conversation with her privately. And she was like, well, okay. See, though, every time somebody, and I don't believe Ples ain't finna talk to Marcella because Marcella's messy as fuck. But every time somebody has a conversation outside of what Monica said, then they get more truth.
She don't want that.
She don't want it.
And Marcella gonna try it, though.
Yeah, she called Debonair. She called Debonair to say that made me feel bad because you said somebody else was sorry. But
she even called Shekinah. Now she out here talking about her baby Shekinah and she going to court with her.
She called Shekinah for her.
Yeah, she called Shekinah. Cause
after you sat up there, call her dumb.
Yep. Now she her baby. So they don't want the real truth to come out. So Ples calls in and she just basically say, Marcella, Schoolboy, and Monica, y'all need to watch the video before y'all start making these comments.
Right. Monica said no, she's not watching it. I didn't want to watch it now.
She said regarding the money, she never said that she didn't get paid. She didn't know what the other people was getting paid. And that's when she said that Monica offered her 200. She agreed to 250. And then Monica said more money opened up and gave her 300. Now that's gonna cause issue because she don't know what them other people getting paid. She might have blew Monica's world because we don't know how much she playing Schoolboy and Bishop. She might be paying their ass $100 to say.
Not only that, I mean,
Ples the only one who negotiated her money.
that's what I was gonna say. She's an attorney, so why are you bullshitting? Y'all need to be asking for a contract because I cannot for the life of me see. And I've been thinking like for a minute, like, so y'all come here every night for 3 hours? That's a long time. A Pam said $300. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I feel like I could ask for $300.
She told she told Princess, she ain't going into details about what happened. She lying. And then she asked Monica about them comments being deleted. And Monica was like, what are you talking about?
She was like, hello? Yeah, hold on, I have a call. Hello?
Yeah.
They're telling, I gotta delete this. They're telling me to get out. Who are they? They called her.
They said that real quick. They and she was on that hold. She said, hold on.
Hello? Okay.
Okay. I gotta go.
They said I have to stop this and delete it.
No, yep, they. Send them days are bad motherfuckers.
Well, they got Monica's phone number.
She started yelling at her, wait a minute, can I talk? It was just.
That's the part where I was like, I'm getting a headache because now y'all doing too much. All that hollering.
She was hollering at her. I hold you on a higher standard because you are a quote unquote attorney. Players like, see what I'm saying? That And then she brought up the fact like you could have called me. You get on here every day and say you talk to Marcella and Schoolboy every day. I've heard Monica say it. She has said that she talked to them almost
every day. I wonder though, like how Richie and Buffy and all them feel about being associated with this foolishness.
I don't think you're gonna be seeing too much of the daytime panel anymore.
I'm just wondering. I wouldn't want to be associated with her.
It's too much. They got too much to offer. That girl, Monica Monique, whatever her name is, she got a book she trying to push and stuff out there.
Well, she left. She don't do it no more anyway.
Buffy don't be on there no more. But she did this and that. She put Buffy in some.
Buffy, she played you. She put you in the middle of some fuckery.
Yep. Buffy probably had Buffy ain't had time. She ain't saying none of this shit.
No, she was doing Monica a favor.
Yep. And she put you in the midst of some bull. Monica, she shut this shit down. When players came in and started telling her truth and hitting everything that she was saying and had the real answer to all of it, Monica said she was shutting it down and she was deleting the video. But shit on YouTube don't get deleted.
Look, I was watching like this and I was like, where'd they go?
We've been on this all day, y'all. This has been a long line.
They said, I'm gonna delete mine and you delete yours. And YouTube was like, oh, no, you're not.
They was like, nah, bitch. Ain't no deleting going on.
It was really exhausting. Just the whole thing.
And now you said Richie Scott got a video telling his truth of what happened.
No, not Richie. Stop bringing Richie in.
I'm sorry, Richie. So debonair. He has a video And Richie must be sitting up there like shaking his head because he is so, like you said, anti all of this.
He's a not
That's
drama.
why he's in my head, because he's probably at home.
Richie's over there like, so anyway, with Portia.
Right.
Back to what I do over here.
Oh my
Debonair's
goodness.
video just it filled in the blanks that were missing.
Which further went against Monica.
Mhm. He's just another he was a casualty. Debonair said they kept talking about a third party, and he was like, "Who? Who the third party?" He's Portia. Who said that? He was like, then I found out it was me.
Oh my goodness.
Because remember when I was talking about that? That's back when, Marcella and Schoolboy were having, and
Yeah,
Monica,
I just had a feeling. I was like, it's Princess, because we didn't see Princess no more.
well, she's part of that trio though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think Monica was like, Schoolboy, just delete, just block him, just don't talk to him.
Crazy. It was nonsense. It was a bunch of drama.
Well, the moral to that story is, folks, if somebody's not willing to show you their face, it's because they have many faces.
Many.
And you should be afraid of all of them.
Oh my goodness. That was horrible.
Now we know why she don't show her face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All
Well,
right
I'm
now.
done with all about the tea. I won't be checking back in. They won't be getting no more views from me, no more clicks from me, no more none of that. I'm unsubscribed, and I'm
I'm unsubscribed.
People come from wherever it come from, but I'm good on that.
Sorry,
I'm
Schoolboy,
happy that
casualty of
Playlist-
war, because I unsubscribed to you too, because you shouldn't have gotten a miss of that.
Schoolboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not. It is what it is. Schoolboy gonna have to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she learns her lesson. I don't think so. I think right now she's so far up Monica's ass that, she's stuck there. And it'd be curious to see where Bishop stands on all this. He probably eased his way out.
Slowly.
He won't just quit, but yeah, he gonna have something to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now, like in retrospect, he haven't he been like not coming or something? Bishop ain't never been my favorite anyway, so it really matters less to me, but we'll see. I'm glad Claire separated herself from that.
Very toxic.
And I'll be checking her out to see what she talking about.
Like she said, when she get out, do her lipstick line, it ain't because Monica told her to do it. Because she gonna try to come back
and take credit.
And Nisa says that players have going forward. She gonna try to take credit for it. Watch that.
Well, we know better than that. Like she said, she wouldn't have had no lipstick to talk about if players wouldn't have showed up.
And even then, like you said, she just all of a sudden she just quit talking about the lipstick of the day.
Mm-hmm.
She just cut it all off.
Because everybody was loving players. But this is what I don't understand. Who does she want people to love? We don't know you. We can't see you. You a little emoji with a ponytail. Like, I don't, you can't really attach yourself to that. Not as a personality necessarily. You
exactly.
don't, you're attracted to certain things. And Monica is just like, she doesn't exist.
Her name is not Monica. Y'all go back and watch Sherelle. I don't know how true.
I'm gonna do that.
But was Sherelle's husband, he threw a name out there that he thought she was. So
that's what's crazy to me, that she has been able to have immunity to all of this.
But everybody else is getting caught in fire. They like, Bishop, you this and that, and that plays, and that's school. Schoolboy, little do you know, you got her back, but you catch it more than
anybody.
When they attack somebody, they attack Schoolboy first.
Have you ever played chess before?
I'm not a chess person.
So my son taught me how to play chess.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the whole point of having a pawn is to throw that shit out there
To protect the queen.
to protect
Yeah.
the queen and the
Mhm.
king.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go first,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. And all of y'all are pawns. Players is like, I ain't no damn pawn.
She showed that. And she bounced. So let's see. I wish.
So you know what? She's blessed to have had this opportunity, because without it, we wouldn't know who she is. Hopefully, like, now that she got this shit off her chest, I hope she don't bring the shit up no more and put it behind her and let that shit be and just put her energy into whatever it is she got coming. I don't know. I follow her right now. I don't know if I'm interested, you know what I'm saying, and what she got going on, but I'm gonna give it a chance to see, because I liked her over here. So I'm, you know, I don't see why I wouldn't be interested, you know what I'm saying, in what she got going on over there. But positivity go way further than, and it's one thing, like when you reviewing these shows and you talking smack about the stuff
But
people,
we all shooting shit.
We
That's
all
all we
do.
doing.
but when it gets so personal and nasty, even like with this girl Summer Walker, I don't know her from Adam's House Cat. When they start talking about taking her baby away, I
All
was
the
like,
CPS
hold
and
up.
all of that. Yeah.
Take her baby. You don't
Mm-mm.
know her. You don't know. She could just be trolling. She could just be on the internet talking shit. I don't know. I don't know what she got going on over there.
That ain't the first time she was talking about taking the kids away, calling CPS on the people in Beverly Hills. I don't even watch it. Beverly Hills or Orange County.
County.
She said she called the police. Like, what the hell?
You're a blogger. You're a gossip blogger. Y'all be trying
her damnedest to get on this damn TI case. She want them to call her as a witness. I don't know.
She be real mad when people say, like, that's a whole nother story. I'm not on the TI train. I don't know what them people are doing over there either. But I know them kids don't have nothing to do with that. And that shit is not a joke. She could be coming for people's kids,
It's horrible.
Somebody need to go check on her damn kids. Because she don't
she
take
on
care
here.
of it. But she spent her damn day all up under somebody else's investigating gossip.
It's horrible. Well, that's our review on the shit, the P, and all about the T. And yeah, we're done with that.
That's that on that.
That's that.
I don't drink tea no more. I'm a coffee girl.
I ain't never liked tea, so take that wine.
Oh yeah.
All right, Funky. I ain't never leave you anyway. Come on with your videos. You gotta fill me up in here. So
Funky
Dineva.
Funky Dineva is on to bigger, better things. We barely get a video.
Well, he gonna have to fill
it. Thursday, I'm mad because I guess I'll try to catch it in the morning. It's the ladies' first panel. So I'll be watching Jay Lee, Jamie, that's me, and Niecy, and Bondi, of course.
Bondi. All tea, all shade, not all about the tea. All tea, all shade.
Color Me Pink.
Pink.
Yeah. And it's Rocks. I like Rocks. Rocks is other stuff out there.
And now you guys shooting the shit with Rhonda and T.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, after all this, I think I'm gonna go watch myself on TV.
All right now. We'll see you guys on our review. Back on Black Eat Crew. We had to throw this in here real quick. But bye, everybody.
Bye.